welcome to my YouTube channel, Victor the Analyst. So today we're going to be talking about calculated measures in Power BI. So what is calculated measure in Power BI? Calculated measure in Power BI are custom metrics derived from data using formulas and expressions, just the way you have your calculated columns, but in just that calculated measures are actually dynamic in nature. So this is what we're going to do next. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I encourage you to subscribe. Thank you very much. Alright, welcome. We want to look at how we can create a calculated measures in this our video. What we're going to do first is we are going to create an empty table. Now let's look at this now. We have our table and we have data inside that table. If we say we should create our measures, is actually going to later inside this our table that we have here. So what we're going to do is that we are going to create an empty table and housing those our measures inside. Now this confirmation calendar will create an empty table for this. Let me just go to, I'll go back to home and I'll click on create. This is going to help us create an empty table. So in this empty table, that is where we are going to house all our measures inside. Now for the calendar, for the confirmation information, we are going to have like 3 measures there, which is going to be the current. You have the current confirmation, future confirmation, and previous confirmation. That is 3. You understand? So we're going to know what we want to do is that. So let me just rename this to confirmation. I'm going to do all cap log confirmation measures. So it's going to be confirmation measures. Then I'll click on load. So like I said, my confirmation information we have, let me go back to our this. Now let me just go back to this. Sorry, trying to go back to this. Okay, now let's go to our confirmation dashboard. So we're going to notice that we have 3 measures here. We have 3 measures here, which is the current confirmation, previous confirmation, and future confirmation. Like what we mean by current means that the current year confirmation, like how many employees are going to be confirmed in this our current year. Now the previous year, how many employee was confirmed previously. Now the future confirmation, these measures actually help us to calculate the number of employee that was confirmed, that will be confirmed in the future. Now let's go to this our confirmation measures. This is the table we created. Now we have the first one, the current confirmation. Now we cannot know our we can't know our the number of employee for future or for previous or current without knowing the total number of employee in total. So we need to first create a measure for getting our total number of employee. So I'm going to select this. So I'll just copy this and then go to this. So now this is the table, empty table I created. I'll right click on the empty table and I'll click on what, new measure. So you can see, you click on new measure, so a field will be pop out. Okay, field will pop out, so I'll just do Control V and just paste it. So let me just explain this what I'm saying here. So now let me just explain this. Now this is equals to var emp equals to count employee number. So I will explain this. This count means it's going to count every entry in the employee. That means it's going to count all the employee, which is using the employee number. So when we get that value, we are going to save it inside this variable called emp. We're going to save this value inside this variable called emp. So now this value is equals to this emp. So I'm going to say return if emp is equals to blank, give me 0, and if it's not blank, give me emp. Meaning that, you know, there are some points, there are some time whereby our total employee will be blank. Just leave this as this, just write it like this. Just know that you actually save this value inside this emp. You understand? So at some points when it's going to be blank, meaning that if there is no value for the total employee, maybe for the previous year or for this current year, instead of giving us blank, you are going to have 0. If there is a value, this emp will come up. That is, this value will actually come up. So I'm coming here, I press enter. So we have our total employee. Now let's move on to the next one. We want to get our current confirmation current. That is the confirmation current here. So I'll just do Ctrl A, Ctrl C. So I'll move down here, select this, I'll right click here, then I'll say new measure. So I'll do Ctrl V. So now the confirmation current means that is the current year confirmation. Now this one is going to help us to count. You know, you can see now we're saying calculate. So what's the work of a calculate? Calculate is a filter context function. It's going to help us get a number based on a specific filter context you put into it. Now I said calculate total employee where a year counts down equals to 0. Now I'll click on enter. I want us to go and check what we have in our year counts down. The year counts down under the confirmation calendar table. So remember, I was telling you that we are going to be making use of that year counts down in my previous video. So let's go and select the year countdown. Let's see what we have there, and let's go to our table view. So the table view, we click on the year counts down. So if you can see, this is our year countdown. So we don't have 0 here. So definitely we don't have 0 here, meaning that I didn't mean there was 0 there. It's going to help us count the number of employees that actually got confirmed in this current year, which is 2024. Because if we have 0 here, that means we are going to say that 0, that is denoting that that year is 2024. But since we are having -12 here, it's telling us that the year that this person was confirmed was 2012. So that's it. So let's go back to our reports view. I'll just click on this confirmation code. Now you can see 0. So now let's create another one. We are creating the confirmation future. So I'll just select, I'll just go here. So I'll right click on this my empty table, say new measure. So I'm going to, let me do Ctrl V, paste this. Now the same thing we are going to do here. So this one is going to calculate, will help us give us the total number of employee where this column, which is year countdown, is greater than 0. So now where year countdown is greater than 0, that means that could be like from 2025 upward. From 2025 upward, give me the number. So that means that is going to be for the future, that is 2025 above. So we're going to hit enter. So at some point, if there is no total employee, what will happen? Because now this expression has been saved to this variable called FC, meaning that instead of me repeating this expression again, I can just use this FC in any of my expression here. So I'm saying that if FC, which is this value, which is what we have here, if FC equals to blank, that means if this value equals to blank, instead of you giving me blank, give me 0. Else, if it's not blank, give me FC. So that's what we have here. You understand? This var means that we are saving this expression into this FC. Instead of we using this one over and over again, we are using this FC here in our conditional statements. So I'll hit enter. So we are going to look at the last one, which is the confirmation previous. Confirmation previous. So I'll select this. So I'll do Ctrl C and Ctrl V. So what I'll do is that I'll right click here, I'll say new measure. Do Ctrl V and hit enter. So now we have calculate here. You can see this lesser than 0 means that is denoting that the year that's from 2023 backward. So these are this is going to be previous confirmation. This is previous confirmation. Why is from 2023 backward? Because we know that anything that equals to, if we say equals to 0, that is 2024. If it's above 0, that is from 2025 above. But it's from below 0, which is going to be from below 0 is going to be from 2023 below. So that is what we mean by previous year confirmation. So we've already saved that. Now we are done with this. We are done with the confirmation measures. Now we're now going to move on to the exit measures. Now we want to calculate for the current exit, previous exit, and future exit. So we are going to create a table just like the way we created a table here for the confirmation measures. So we'll go to home and we'll go to click on this icon here to create an empty table. So I'm going to rename this to exit measures. Then I'll click on load. This is going to take a while. Okay, wait. Exits. Okay, this is my exits. Okay, let me close this. Now this is my exit measures. So I'm going to open this. Like I can see now, this is empty table. I'm going to right click on the exit measures and click on the new measures. But before I do that, let me go to our prototype what we are working towards, and just go to the exit dashboard and bring out our, so I'll close this and go to my exit measures. So I'll click on the exit current, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and back to this. I'll click on new measure now. So I'll do Ctrl B. Now the exit current equals to var EC. I've explained this in the other measures. It's just the same thing, there's no difference. So what it's just doing is that this is going to help us do the total employee, where this year countdown equals to 0. Now where the year countdown is equals to 0, meaning that where the year equals to 2024, because if we are doing the subtraction of the today's year and the exit year, if it's 2024, if we subtract it, we are going to get 0. You understand? So that's why we mean exit current. That is the exit the current year exit per se, which is for 2024. How many employees are actually living for that current year? So that's what this measure is helping us to calculate. Now this our return is helping us check for blank. If there's blank, give us 0. If there's no blank, give us the actual value. Now where can you have blank is in the case whereby you actually click on a year whereby there is no employee that actually going to have exits for the current. At that point, it's going to show blank. So it's very professional for you. Instead of us to show blank, instead of the system to show us blank, it's very professional for us to make it to be 0. That's why we're using this if condition to actually change that value from blank to 0. So I'll hit on enter. Sorry, this is going to give me error because of this false flash that I put. So I will need to change that in a bit. So it's going to give me error. So I will just come back here and backspace this and hit enter. So that should give me the correct value. Now let me move on to the exit future. So I don't need to explain this again. I believe that I've done a lot of explanation. I will just hit the ground running. I've done a lot of explanation with the confirmation measures, and even slightly with this exit measures. So what I'll just do is just to hit the ground running. So we know that once it's greater than 0, that means it's in the future. So which is from 2025 above. Then hit enter. So if you have any question pertaining this, you can just hit comments. Just drop your question in the comments. I'm going to drop my community links. You can join my group. That's where you can ask questions. I will drop my community group on the link on the description of the video, where you can join the group and ask questions if you want to. Now let's move on to the next one. I'll go to the exit previous, this is the last one for the exit. Just copy this and I'll right click on the exit measures, then go to new measure. Then I'll do Ctrl V and hit enter. Okay, so close this up. Now let's move on to the last one, promotion measures. So we have 3 measures we need to work on the promotion. So I would go back to our projects. So let me just close this up. we need to create an empty table for the promotion measures. So I'll click on this icon again. So let us create an empty table. I'll come to this table and just rename this to promotion table, no, measures, sorry, promotion measures. Then I'll hit on load. Okay, good. So I'll just close up this. Then we have this here. I'll close this up. Now these are promotion measures. So like I said, let me go pick up that code. I don't need to write this up again. I'll select this. For the promotion current. Do Ctrl A, Ctrl C. I'll right click on this. I'll click on new measure. Now do Ctrl V. I'll just do enter. Okay, now select this, Ctrl A, Ctrl C. All right, click here, new measure. Enter. Okay, the next one, select this, which is the last one. Select this. So I'll do Ctrl A, Ctrl C. Right click on this. Let's new measure. I do Ctrl V and I'll hit enter. Alright, good. So that's how you can create a measure. So basically most of the functions that we use here, we use calculate, we use count, we use if, and the rest. So that's how you can create a calculated measures in Power BI. So thank you for sticking up to the end. So in our next video, we'll be talking about how to design a card. So all these measures that we've created, we're going to design, you are going to bring up a card to display them. So I'm going to teach you on how to design the card. So stick around for the next video.